Now that Marvel Disney finally dropped the bombshell of a trailer on us, comic book fans all over the world are excited to see the third act of the MCU start to take shape. But with that though, there are some subtle hints towards Thanos' motivations in the trailer other than, universal genocide. Just a quick disclaimer though guys, this video will include spoilers for the ending of Thor Ragnarok, so if you haven't seen it, I highly advise you go do that, and don't yell at me if I ruin the movie for you! So, let me give you guys a quick history lesson. In the comics, Thanos' motives have always openly been him acting out of love and admiration for Mistress Death. That's it. That's the only reason Thanos wants to destroy the universe. Also, he could seal the deal with Mistress Death. But in the MCU, Mistress Death is nowhere to be found. That is, at face value anyway. In November's Thor Ragnarok, we're introduced to Hela. Now, yeah, Hela was the goddess of death in the comic books as well, and has even had a romantic relationship with Thanos in the recent comics. But given the context of the MCU, it seems like to keep the story more contained in the universe that Hela will be our stand-in for Mistress Death. This may disappoint some, but it wouldn't be out of the ordinary. In Age of Ultron, for example, Marvel took liberties to make Stark create Ultron, not Hank Pym, with Hank Pym having little to no connection with Ultron at all at face value. And even in Thor Ragnarok, a good chunk of Ragnarok takes place on Sakaar. Sakaar being the setting of Planet Hulk, which seems to have inspired this whole subplot of the movie. But this time it focuses all around Thor, not so much Hulk. Marvel isn't afraid to change things up, even if it means having a character with little to no ties to their comic book counterpart. Now, think about this. When we're introduced to Hela, the portal we see her coming out of is eerily similar to the portal we see Thanos walking out of in the trailer. I can't find a clip of it online, and for legal reasons I'm not going to show a cell phone recording of it from a theater, so I hope that you who have seen the movie know what I'm talking about. This is the best shot of it I could find right here. But who's to say that wherever Odin banished Hela to happens to be wherever Thanos' base of operations is? Kinda like at the end of Thor when Loki was thrown into space and ended up in Sanctuary, where Thanos gave him the scepter with the Mind Stone. Maybe Hela ended up where Loki ended up, or maybe Thanos found her. In the mid-credits scene for Thor Ragnarok, once Thor and the citizens of Asgard flee into space, we see Thor's already massive ship get dwarfed by this huge mass of a thing. Kevin Feige later confirmed that this is Sanctuary 2, a ship likely used by Thanos himself. Now, there's a few reasons why Thanos would try to come after Thor himself, but what if it wasn't fueled by his quest for the stones, but also out of revenge? Now, if we really think about it, and Hela really is this universe's Mistress Death, Thor indirectly killed Hela on Asgard thanks to Surtur. What if this is what really tipped off Thanos to the point of committing universal genocide? What if Thanos' motives are less trying to appeal to the heart of death, and more taking revenge on the Avengers for what Thor took from him? He already had the plans to gather all 6 Infinity Stones, so what if this was merely a wake-up call? With nothing else really to lose, he executes his plan for the stones, and decides to pay an extra little bit of love to Thor's friends on Earth. Now, there are some counterpoints to this, and I'd be ignorant to not go over them. The main one being that in the trailer, just before Thanos comes out of the portal, you see Loki holding the Space Stone. I'm not sure about you, but this does look like Loki's using the Space Stone to summon him directly. Almost as if Loki's been in cahoots with Thanos this whole time. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we will see a proper adaptation of Lady Death, and Thanos' motives will be more in line with the comic books. Only time will tell. But, in the meantime, can we talk about how badass Josh Brolin's Thanos is? Like, holy shit! Hey guys, many thanks for watching this. Now, this wasn't planned to be my first video after I tried to reboot my channel, but I just had to make this video on this. I do have a bigger video coming down the line. I do plan for this channel to be more of a conversation channel, where I just talk about things. I have a big retrospective video planned for Mega Man X on the Super Nintendo. But yeah, tell me what you think. And if you have any advice for what you'd like to see me do on the channel, let me know. I'd love to hear it. Thanks.